Am I live? Let's see. I'm just gonna keep refreshing my channel page. Fucking hell, please, somebody. No, seriously? Oh, I am live. Wonderful. Okay, cool. Well, I did say I'd be back. Oh, I am live. Wonderful. All right, shut the fuck up. Okay, cool. Obviously, continuing onwards and upwards, as the wise German once said. But is that even a German accent? Onwards and upwards. I don't fucking know. It's like a it's like a fucking Stitch, but with German. I want some juice. Well, he is thirsty. Anyways, um, let's see. Okay, well, again, continuing onwards. So I got a couple more ideas, right? And while I discuss those ideas, I guess I should also maybe draw a little, because the whole point of this I'm trying to make with this drawing to myself, but to everybody else who I guess watches this at a specific moment in time, is that apart from obviously using simple shapes to create like spatial reason. Okay, apart from using simple shapes to for my own sake, right? Apart from using simple shapes for my own sake to be able to actually think about scale, think about composition, right? Being able to put things in particular orientations, right? Apart from the benefit of that, I also want to illustrate that the fundamentals are not boring, we are boring, right? Like, and nobody is requiring you to draw to this level of fidelity, even with the fundamentals, right? But that's the point I'm trying to make for myself, and for anybody who's listening or whatever the fuck as well. Is like the fundamentals are not boring, right? It's just the fact that you likely haven't employed them in a manner which will make it so that like you can creatively quote unquote flex your fundamentals. Right? Does that make any sense? Probably fucking not. Anyways, see, that was a mistake as well. But yeah, I was just trying to add a little bit of complexity here. So I got some ideas. I got that there could be a person here, right? Because I looked at more pictures of a food stall, and this is not a food stall. But now that I've turned this, or I've set the intention that this is a food stall, obviously I have to make sure that it makes a little bit more sense, right? So before I draw anything here, I thought, okay, maybe we could have like a person. Okay, we'll have the cashier, the owner, whatever, the fucking person making the food here, right? We'll obviously have like food shit here. And I was thinking whether I should have something else here. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I had a couple ideas. I do want people walking around, right? I do want things to be established. But it's hard to tell, if that makes sense. Like it's hard for me to really know how I want to orient things right now. So this is obviously just me thinking out loud, right? Even something like this being embedded inwards, and then I can just turn, like, again, simple boxes. I'm just trying to use simple shapes and simple manipulations. I know they're not easy, right? But they're simple, like diagonals and maybe slight, as you can see, like slight cutting outs or slight subtractions and slight additions, right? But nothing that says this is a really complicated shape, you know? And while I think about it, like I still trying to think about that fucking food stall that I saw, right? But okay, if this is going to be my screen, that they're reading the menu, then this is clearly where, well, actually we could have it so this is the screen where they're reading the menu, right? So I'm gonna have to make some changes here. And again, this is going to involve clean line work, which I don't have, but I like the challenge and the struggle of it, right? So that is going to be maybe like a cylinder that is attaching the menu, right? And again, I'm really trying to think about this horizon line while I do it. And that's something I have to keep reinforcing to myself, right? It's not something that I can just do. It's something I have to keep reinforcing to myself, right? And again, simple shapes. They're reading the menu. Let's say there's like a clip, right? There's a clip sort of attaching this menu. And then it's, oh, see, fucked up the perspective. And you see when the lines are this tiny, that, and we'll even have this kind of like sway, because we do want a little bit of gesture, right? We'll have it sway in the wind a little bit, you know, and maybe that adds complexity. Who knows? This is all me trying to make sense of it. And again, little cylinder there. And there you go. That's going to be, and we can even add like a little cutout, again, following that design language, right? Maybe. And so this didn't end up being a cylinder either, right? So that's fine, right? And this is the menu. And again, super, 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 super fine line to be like, hey, look, this is sort of like a three-dimensional laminated sheet. Who fucking knows, right? And again, trying to think about that their perspective, that their perspective, right? Okay, and again, like this fucking pen, the amount of times it'll be okay and then not be okay, and then the lines will be thin and faint, but then not be faint. And then like no, it's just not bleeding through properly. It's a big part of it, you know. It's a big part of it. But so this for sure, I'm just going to close off now. And again, really trying to think about that perspective. This, right? Again, the horizon line's here. So everything is above is going to the bottom, the vanishing point somewhere here, right? Still just constantly trying to think about that. We can even add like a little cutout here to be like, hey, look, this is something worth paying attention to because something is coming out of it. And it's beautiful how my line is really mediocre, right? Even something like this, which showcases some sort of dimensionality. But overall, like that's it. That's just what is let's see. Yeah, okay. So that's what there's like that's the menu that they're reading. Right. And again, in perspective, right? Ooh, little menu, right? Ta-da. And this is the part where my shaky lines seem intentional. Right? We there you go. They're reading a menu of sorts, right? And it does not look like a fucking restaurant. If anything, this looks like a goddamn fax machine. Oh, it's so ass. He's so ace, you know what I'm saying? He's so bad. But it can't be good without being bad. But I mean that's just literally how it is. Okay, so now I want a person. Obviously the perspective is not gonna be insanely changed. Right. I thought I had more space to do what I wanted to do with this person, but I'm trying to think because I want things to be occurring. I don't want people to be static, right? Like this person is thinking, that's cool and all, but I want some more stuff occurring. So maybe we can do something like, okay, that hand, this is the left hand, right? So maybe we can, they're saying like, wait, matte kudasai, right? They're like, wait, fucker, I am doing something. So that's the thumb, and then yeah, there you go. They're like, hold up, right? So that's the hand. And whether this is gonna work or not is like a big question mark. But again, I'm really trying to think of like what would this space look like for somebody who's actually here. So that's the hand, and then we can have right. This is like the other part of the hand, and they're like, just hold up, please, 1 second, right? And this is while this is already a little bit tapered. Again, I need to make it pretty accurate to this, right? And let's just say this is actually something that's internal, right? Like this is actually an open space, you know. So where would the head be? How much do I want this to be foreshortened as well? Do I even understand what I'm trying to do regarding foreshortening? Again, I implore anybody watching or listening to please fucking draw along. All right, I am not going to be doing any of this fast. I'm thinking out loud, and I'm really, really, really thinking. Right, like I'm trying to figure this shit out while I draw it. Right, none of this is happening per me just yeah. I'm in flow state. Oh, look at me. I'm just gonna fucking shove this up my ass and draw. Like that's not what's happening. That's just not what's happening. I'm not at that level of skill where I can just shove something up my ass, right? It's gonna take a few more years to be able to do that with confidence. But let's see, let's see. So I'm trying to think. Well, I might as well let you look at it while I think, right? At least in terms of like the quality. But let's see. Here I want a person. I've already established that there's a hand of sorts over here. So what do I want them to be doing? Well, it depends on how far back this goes, right? To be honest, yeah, it actually depends on how far back it goes. I could actually have this maybe be something like this. It could be really foreshortened where they're like, but how does the hand look in that context? So maybe I already fucked up the perspective a little bit, but actually no, hold up. Because they're up here, and let's just say the floor to this is like down here, right? I'm already gonna add stairs. I'm thinking of adding stairs. Hey, Trouble, how's it going? Draw along, my friend. Draw along. Was ist guanin, fuckface? But let's see. We can have foreshortening here, right? And then see, because I made this seem as if like it stops here, but what if it didn't stop here? What if it didn't stop here at all and it just kept going, right? What if this is like just some random texture I'm adding right now, but there you go. Let's just say like it's a food stall that keeps going further back. Cool, whatever, right? Again, I know it doesn't look like a food stall, but don't judge me. You don't know who I am. I'm burning my brain thinking of a channel idea. I'm going to make several dark channels to make money. I don't know what that means, but you're in the right process. Burning your brain, like the more you think about it, the more you'll figure it out. So keep going. But oh yeah, okay. So if this is what's happening here, then there you go. This is the cutout, right? So we'll just there you go. There's like a window. It's like an opening there, right? And yeah, this is all open, and we can even establish something like this is a spot where something is jutting out. So maybe this is where they take orders, right? And we'll have that as per the perspective as well, right? Something super simple, like, hey, just try to keep that consistency going. There you go. And let's see. Well, how should that even be connected? There you go. Something like that. I don't know. We'll figure that out. I don't want to work 6 days a week. Yes, I completely agree. Channels where I don't appear, maybe even using AI. Well, I will say YouTube is cracking down on AI slop. So if you're planning on just using something that's gonna, okay, this is good. See, like now this is in a different perspective than this, but because we've just said like, okay, yeah, this is in a different perspective, it'll still probably work out. Where AI voice. I mean, I think that's okay, but again, like YouTube's cracking down on that shit, so it will be able to tell after a certain point. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing a faceless channel. I'm not AI. If you don't want to use your voice, then yeah, you can figure something out. I think it'll be fine. But as long as you're trying to provide quality, right? If you're just doing it for the sake of not wanting to work, um, like you do need something to offer, right? So that's just something I'll say as someone with more life experience than you, right? You want to be sure that you offer something of value or that you're building towards something that has value for you at the very least, right? Okay, so anyways, life fucking advice aside, this is this way, these are going a bit this way. Okay, so this person is inside and they're like, shut the fuck up, right? So maybe they're looking away. And I want to extremely foreshorten this, so we could do something like this, right? Maybe they're looking away, so they're like, well, I actually don't know what the fuck? What angle did I establish there? What angle did I establish here? I don't know. But I'm trying to think. Like, they're basically they are. So I don't even know what that line was supposed to be, but it's okay. Oh, maybe like we can have some extreme foreshortening there, and then like the face is kind of looking here, being like, what do you want, bro? Like, hold up. Or like they're like super hunched. See, and we'll even give them the eyes. Interesting. Right, and they're like they're super hunched over, right? And the neck's going back, and then maybe the shoulder is pivoting again, right? It's like that. I think that was incorrect, but either way, yeah, they're like, hold up, give me a second. They're looking that way, and maybe their neck is there, but let's see. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. The minimum wage in Brazil is $308 per month. Okay, I can imagine how that would be depressing. Holy shit. I'm sorry to hear that, but I can't do anything but apart from offer apologies and encourage you to keep working on something that will bear fruition, right? Like, or come to fruition, bear fruit, right? Like, that's really all I can say. Because at the very least, to some degree, you should be able to control how hard you work on something that has meaning, right? And if you're patient and you have the means to be patient, right, then continue working on that thing, and it will result in success as long as you continue try to figure it out. Like me right now, look at this. This is a successful plane right here. Completely downplaying whatever you must be going through. This is not the channel to come for life advice. I also did it completely offered it unsolicited at all, so I'm a piece of shit. You didn't even ask for me for my fucking advice. Speaking facts, nothing happens until you swing the bat. Let's go, Joss PH 838. Let's go. Are you hashtag new Viggy Fammer, a hashtag old Viggy Fammer? What's going on in? What's the Viggy Famine status looking like? There you go. Maybe something like this. Maybe like that's the shoulder. Who fucking knows? I definitely fucked this. But it's fun to play with foreshortening. Maybe they're falling. Who knows? Brand new, but I love your work ethic from previous vids. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, work ethic is all that we can control, right? And that's something I try to encourage everyone to pursue, right? I'm not saying because the things I talk about isn't just about art. It's just about life. Like it's just, and this is something that took me until the age of 25 to start to understand, and then until 26 and a half, right? So until a couple years ago to truly internalize growth mindset, effort-based mindset, errors-based mindset, and just fucking delayed gratification for decades, you know? What else can we do? Like, if you think about it, like, there really what else can we do? The answer is nothing except jerk off. And I choose to jerk the work rather than work my jerk, right? So this does not look good. This guy, whatever the fuck he's working on, it's like whatever he's telling him. No, don't come in. Maybe he's jerking himself off. Jesus Christ, it kind of does look like that. But hey, at least it's something, right? But I definitely think the scale is fucked now. That's a tiny person compared to this guy. So you know what? We need to like add more scale. We need to actually add more scale by adding more people. Like this guy's super close now, right? So we'll have to converge and be like, like these people are actually looking up. So this guy's actually gonna be a lot further away, right? Because that's the only way I can justify this scale. So that was a huge mistake, right? That was a huge mistake that was made. And now we got to figure it out. Now we got to figure out how the fuck we're gonna make it make sense. So let's see. We need to think about like this is just much larger than initially understood, right? So we can still establish scale because we still got the horizon line down here. And we just need to make sure that hmm, let's see. Okay. So if this is let's just say this is the average height, right? This is the average height mannequin that I'm using. This guy's way too fucking small. This like he's actually super small. So it's already kind of being established that he's looking much further away, right? He's looking much further away. Hi, hello, what's up? Hey, Kafkek. I noticed that you mentioned me in the community Discord, right? You're like, how do you guys not know Broken Draw and Vicky Vodka? First of all, it's crazy that my name is next to his. Second of all, it's just crazy that my name's even there. So that's very nice of you to say. I love how everybody's like, who the fuck is Vicky Vodka? Right? And I'm like, oh, watch me become great, give me 10 years. It's just- I haven't said anything yet, of course, but I will one day. One day I'll be like, watch me become great. But anyways, draw along, draw along. Okay, I need to really figure out the scale. So if that is what's occurring, okay, because this guy establishes a scale, this guy's too small. I need somebody else here to make it make sense, right? Okay. So maybe okay, we'll bring someone down here. Let's just say like this is they are so their feet will be down here, right? And will they be looking up? Hmm. I don't know. This is actually because I really fucked up the perspective, right? So it's actually a beautiful problem solving, and just because I made this person too small, right? So it's a beautiful problem solving opportunity. Verily, verily, that means truly, right? Truly a beautiful problem solving opportunity. There you go. Now we know like this is a ceiling, right, for the indoors, and it's actually the fucking wrong perspective. God, I fucked this line up. I fucked this line up horribly. But it's okay. It's what it is, right? We can't do anything else about it. Um, dude, like this is crazy. I love that it went from being okay to just being absolute dog shit in a matter of seconds. Obviously, I'm being facetious, but the point is, I made a big mistake. I got to figure it out. Definitely gotta, definitely gotta figure it out. Right, as a wise man once said. So this has to be something that like this person's looking very far away because this definitely just looked like something that's far away now. Right? So we need things to be occurring. Now I got to problem solve. I got to think like what can I have that makes it seem as if it's naturally people are going to get smaller as they get closer to this thing, right? Now, does that mean what does that mean? Does that mean that okay, so okay, I guess I can like, at least try to explain the ideas that I'm thinking of, right? The idea that I'm thinking of is that perhaps there's going to be a few people clamoring to get here, right? Like to maybe read this properly, maybe something, I don't fucking know. Right? Because people can move. They're not stiff mannequins. This is the stiffest mannequin so far, but people can move. And I haven't drawn a mannequin properly in a very long time either. So I got to problem solve that. This is actually just a great practice for me to problem solve um, the mannequin in of itself, right? Or maybe this guy's just so high up that it makes sense. Actually, yeah, instead of adding more people, which I could still do, like don't get me wrong, we could just establish that this is very high up and this is actually the floor. That would actually make a lot of sense. If this became the floor for this, then this is something that's legitimately very far away, right? And that makes sense because like this person would be further away and they're looking up, and that's higher up, right? Try adding another smaller mannequins for it to make sense. Exactly, like that's what I'm trying to figure out, right? It's like where we can perspective wise yeah, that's 100% what I'm thinking. It's just trying to shape those mannequins in a manner that makes sense as well. I got to think about that. Okay, maybe I could do something like this person down here, and then they tilt their head and they're looking over here like this, and now they're much smaller, right? Because they're down here, they've tilted their heads. There you go. This could actually, and I already kind of have a relative idea of what I want this person to be doing, right? But this could make a difference. This could make all the difference. Whether it'll be a good difference or whether it'll be a difference that will actually make up for it is obviously subject to what I do. But it's not bad. Hmm. Oh, okay, never mind. I actually like changed the orientation of the head in my mind, which is something I'm still thinking about. Right. But let's see. We could I already kind of know what sort of pose this person will be in. You know what? Just to make it clear what side of the face we're looking on, we'll have something like this. Right? There you go. So now it'll be very clear where people are looking from, because that's only going to be on the side next to the front of the face, right? That would be relatively interesting, but yeah, let's see. And then we'll have yeah, let's see. So we'll have something like this person's neck coming out, and obviously I really want to kind of play with gesture a little bit, so we'll emphasize the neck. Right? It's like, oh, what's going on here, right? And the same with the body. You know, we'll emphasize the body a little bit, but I do want it to be a bit more I want it to be twisted in a particular manner, which I'm having a lot of trouble visualizing. I'll tell you what, right? Wait. I can't even fucking speak. Well, I'll tell you right now what I'm trying to think of is like I'm trying to think of somebody looking at the food area here because this is where the food stuff is going to be, right? And we're gonna have that. We're gonna have the food stuff, and somebody's like looking at it, and then obviously like their hand will be resting on this. Whether this continues to be a pillar or whether this will change to something else is still subject to my interpretation because I haven't done anything yet. But I'm trying to think about all of that as well as like how their body is oriented in the space that it resides in, right? Because humans obviously change their orientation based on their actions, right? So that's something else. And then there was also like little line of action or whatever the fuck I'm trying to think of, right? And that is of course based on perspective as well. So a few things I'm trying to keep in mind. Whether it works or not is just like a big question mark, right? But we'll try to make it work. That's all that matters. Is like I'll try to make it work. There you go, and then we can have the shoulder pad roughly around here, I believe. I'm still trying to calculate. See, like it's relatively smaller. And that person is higher up, so it's a little bit more. Again, like the accuracy is of course not going to be perfect, and that's what I'm happy about. Is like because I'm trying. I'm trying to make things make sense, and that's good. That's good. That's good enough for me. Like trying, you know, doesn't mean that it's about perfection, but I am trying. Let me just think. Okay, so maybe whatever's happening here is definitely gonna get in the way. So, okay, maybe this is like a wall that they're holding onto. And because I can't think of anything yet, we'll just finish this double roughly. So we'll just finish this by adding a little bit of gesture. We, right? Not that I know what fucking gesture means, but here, people's bodies do be doing the doobie do, right? Again, I don't know if that's correct. I literally haven't practiced mannequins at all, you know? But if somebody shifted like that, and then maybe their pelvis is coming out this way. The ass do be fat. The ass do be fat. Okay, like this is probably where the feet are, right? So actually, yeah, the pelvis could be sticking out like this, right? I'm trying to make sense of it all. I don't know if it does make sense, but I'm trying to make sense of it all. Of it all. Hmm. And then what is this? This is like the connection? I don't fucking know. Something like that. Does that even work? Probably not. I definitely fucked this up a little. Right? And that's good, because fucking it up is how I'm gonna learn. It's something like that. Or actually, no, it probably should be something like this. Who knows? Who knows, actually? I actually have no fucking idea. But, and then that doesn't really work, does it? I'm just trying to think. And then, let's see, from the feet's like, how are they resting their arm as well, right? Okay. I need there's a lot of thinking that's going to be occurring regarding where they're positioned and how it's structured, right? I don't really understand this pelvis shit yet, like the connection, because I haven't practiced it. Nowhere near enough in different positions. I've only done static mannequins, and now I'm trying to do a dynamic mannequin. 100% without a doubt, of course, it's going to be mediocre, right? And that's not even like, again, these aren't mean words. They're just objectively real words, right? It will be mediocre. What a fucking shock that when you do something but you don't do it enough, that your your abilities to do it will be worse. Is anybody offended by that statement? Perhaps they're shocked by it because they've never thought about it that way. This is the fucking flamboyant ass pose, bro. This guy has no confidence. his knees are like twisted inwards and shit, right? It's a prancing princess, but there you go. Um, I mean, like this is still not bad, I will say, in terms of just kind of establishing to myself what, and then this can be something like this, right? Because people's feet again can be in different positions. And that's the beauty of it, right? And then I can add, let's see, this is tapering a bit outwards, right? And then this is obviously something that's also coming a bit outwards, something like this, perhaps. I don't know if this is accurate, by the way, but I'm just trying to imagine, like again, the whole like Kim Jong Il thing that he says, right, where he's like, just trying to imagine if you were there, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to put myself in this scene, whether it makes sense or not. And I think it does, but I should extend this guy's foot a little bit more. Proportion wise, there's probably things that are very off, but because I've done that, we can just add this. See, I was like, oh, okay, that kind of makes things a little bit more consistent. Therefore, now they're in the same space. Except this guy has no confidence, and he can't. It takes work, but you're getting there. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it doesn't take work, nothing's being done, right? 100%. I mean, I completely agree on that. It takes work, but slowly but surely, I'm getting an understanding and I'm getting an idea, and I'm still constantly trying to keep the perspective in mind. Am I keeping it in mind at all times? Probably not. Like honestly, with like a resolute, confident, I can say resolutely and confidently, I can say absolutely fucking not. I'm doing it at all times. But oh, Kafkek is asking, yo, Viggy, have you hopped on Challenge 52? If by hopped on, you mean I did 150 boxes and now it's been a week? Yes. I'm doing the hardcore mode. I want to do it. Like, trust me, like, I want to get on it. Like, I genuinely am trying to get on it, but like, I've just been busy with the actual life. And like, this is the priority, right? Like, me drawing for the channel is the priority. So it's amazing in the sense that, like, again, it would be great to do it, but right now it's just kind of half-assed, so that's just how it is. I was thinking about actually uploading it on my channel, like on days where I just objectively don't even feel like drawing that much. I was thinking like, oh, maybe I'll just upload some challenge 50, like my challenge 52 progress, right? Like that'll be like a series, practicing challenge 52, and then in brackets will be some shit like Athoros, my god, oh, because I come up with my retarded fucking titles, right? Oh, that looks so bad, but it establishes something, right? I have a lot of free time and I get to do hardcore and some figure drawing on top of that. That's amazing. That's awesome, right? That's really good for you. You should continue onwards to that. Uni life unemployment has these perks. Yeah, well, yeah, dude. You're making use of your uni life unemployment way better than I ever fucking did. So good on you. Because so this guy's definitely gonna be gripping this for balance. Because there's no way he's holding on to himself properly. But now it's like, okay, what is he gripping, right? So again, try to think about like from the bottom where these people will be, right? And like try to introduce some tension if possible. I'm thinking something like, so let's do something like this. And that's the left hand. So we see the thumb. Whether it's that big or not is it's definitely not that big, but whatever. Right. And then that's the hand. I don't I don't know if I'm doing this right, but whatever, fuck it. At this point we're committed, right? We'll just have to make this guy seem like he's really grabbing on to his dear life. There you go. Well, that perspective is off, but we can still kind of fix it like so. Keep that perspective in mind, and then there you go. Something like that. They're grabbing that. Whether it looks good or not. I mean, why do I keep saying the same shit? Whether it looks good or not, I'm just thinking, oh, fucking shit commentary all around. Watch me become great. Right? Okay, now they're like really grabbing it on. Now, where's the elbow in all of this? All right, I gotta go. It's fucking 4 a.m. Jesus Christ. By the way, this is a big improvement from your last big drawing, which is really, really good. Good luck on your studying. Have a good one. Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm just trying to constantly think and make sense of things, right? So I appreciate it. Very kind of you to say. Yeah. This is actually pretty sure it's an accurate. Yeah, take care. Please get some rest. Get some rest. But anyways, uh, now that I'm done pretending to be nice, let's try to figure out. Like, this is maybe really stretched, right? It's like, whoa. Let's see. How do I want to make sense of this? Because that's what I fucking the arm is like extremely stretched, right? Like this guy's arm is gonna be fucked. it's like this, and then like that. Yeah, and it's like completely bent like that. Eh, kind of, but not really. Kind of, but not really indeed. There you go. Now, what is this? Well, we can just make this some random thing that he's holding on to, right? And establish some sort of, let's see, it can be something that he's holding on to, and we can even make it like a bent cylinder, right? In perspective, of course. Something like this. And now this will obviously, and I say obviously as if it's extremely obvious to anybody but me, but this will obviously need to have some logic. Yeah, the lines are all fucking unconfident as shit, but at least something is getting given across. Who fucking knows? Again, I really hope you fuckers are drawing along because okay, so the arm is way too thick. That's a huge issue right there. Actually, I just took that in. The arm is way too thick compared to this. This guy's just gonna be extremely jacked, I guess, right? So the ratios are off. If you look at the body and everything, like it's actually not established well whatsoever. You know, it's really not established well at all. And this is expected because I haven't practiced mannequins. But I'm gonna keep trying, obviously. Like again, like mannequins aren't even my focus when it comes to drawing. But like, what is this? Like, what the fuck is happening here? Right? Like nobody can tell what's happening here except me, I guess. But like this should probably be stretching this way. Maybe that makes a bit more sense. Not that it makes sense, but just and then maybe they're holding on to this, and then they're holding on to this wall, which means I'll probably see some foreshortening here with this elbow. And then it's reaching back around and it's grabbing onto the wall. So again, some a little bit of and this is all me just trying to figure it out, right? Whether it's accurate or not is not the concern. Obviously, accuracy would be wonderful, and I'm aiming for accuracy, but as you can see, my aiming doesn't mean jack fucking shit right now, right? I was like, what the fuck is that, bro? This is like a dancing ballerina. Amazing gesture, right? Fucking praying mantis type shit. Type shit, type shit. Anyways, and then we'll just get the hand to be like there's supposed to be a fucking thumb here somewhere. Wait, what the fuck? See, I forgot the hand mitten too. I haven't done the hand mitten in a very long time. So it's supposed to be something like this. I don't even remember the hand mitten anymore. That's the insane part. And it's not insane actually because it makes fucking complete sense. If you haven't practiced something, you're not gonna remember it. What a Vigi has revelation. When you don't practice, it doesn't get retained. Incredible. Incredible revelation. Right. But either way, I don't want things to get muddied or too see these fucking thin ass lines. I have to go over them or these light lines because the pen wasn't bleeding or absorbing ink or I guess projecting ink onto the paper. Well, but either way, okay, whatever. That's the hand. This is so ass, and I don't even know if I got the perspective down as well. Maybe, probably not. But it's good practice. Like again, I feel good. Like these are all good mistakes, right? Nobody. I didn't come into this being like I'm gonna be a god. I genuinely did not come into this with that mindset at all, right? It's just try to make things happen. And now I got to think about the food stall. Maybe okay, maybe the stickhead. Maybe everybody's just standing on a box, right? No, because then I'd have to draw the box first. God damn it. That's just the floor. That's just the floor, right? So I'm trying to think. Trying to think. Okay, we're just gonna have to accept the fact that he's making a retarded pose. But what is this now? I gave him a bar just to hold on to, just so he wouldn't have to fuck things up. But now I have created some sort of situation for myself. Something like this. Who knows what it's attached to? I have to figure out that attachment as well. Because what is that? Oh, maybe they're carrying a wheelbarrow. No, that doesn't make any sense. Right. Or maybe they are carrying a wheelbarrow, like, with a bunch of food, right? And it's further back. So again, going along the perspective, right? Trying to keep that in mind. We'll just make it a simple shape. Yep. Okay, following that perspective. This is problem solving 101, right? Not good problem solving, but attempted problem solving 101, right? Now, what the fuck does a wheelbarrow look like? Well, we'll just make it like a diagonal shape. And this has to be smaller. This definitely has to be smaller. And then perspective wise, this is the natural perspective I've been establishing, right? So something like this. And let's see, what is this going to look like on this side? Well, we could just have this connect like so, which gets rid of that confusion. And then we can make just a little subtle things like that, right? The other cylinder. This is really hard, well, because I'm trying to think about this perspective as well, right? I think it ends here actually. Yeah, it ends there. And then it comes back around, and then we'll just follow this perspective again, right? Okay, that's a wheelbarrow. Is it a wheelbarrow? Not a wheelbarrow, a cart of some sort, right? A cart of some sort. There you go. We'll just keep making it seem as if it makes sense. So why is this guy lugging around a cart is the real question, right? But trying to make sense of it all. Oh, and this probably should have been covering his foot. But if I do something, if I just make this like as simple as possible, right? If I try to make it as simple as possible, there's a lot of ways to fuck this up. So start with let's start with thinking. Let's start with thinking how to not fuck that up. Right. Meanwhile, while I think about that, let me just reinforce these lines because now my pen's ink flow is appropriate and at the level where it should be. Yo, hey, EVG the man official. Oh, new artwork. Yeah, just again the simple shapes, practicing the simple shapes, right? Trying to make things purely off of just boxes, cylinders, and think about scale and scenery with that in mind, right? And it's good. I'm failing miserably, which is exactly what I expected. Making a lot of effort and then failing miserably, right? But anyways, right now we got this to think about. Let's see. Yeah, we got this to think about, which is kind of like trying to problem solve this cart or whatever the fuck, right? Like in perspective, this dickhead. This probably should be a lot smaller. Or maybe there's a baby in here. Maybe there's a baby in here. Or maybe there's just another person in here, right? Yeah, maybe there's another person in there, and they're also looking up. There you go. This is how we problem solve. They're like nunny. Oh, wait, which orientation did I even make their face? Yeah, we'll make it like this. Yeah, maybe there's just another person in here. This is the part of drawing that Kim Jong-il always said was the funnest. That he just like to make random shit up. So I will join him in that endeavor and try to spatially reason it while I do so. Right. Yeah, so this guy's like, and maybe this guy is looking at something else. That's actually pretty funny. Now, I think that's like that's like a good storytelling, right? Or like just that's better than what I've done before, which is important, right? Now, obviously, this has to look like it has enough space for him now. So we're gonna, I guess we're gonna have to multiple around this a little bit, right? Let's um, let's bring it here. Yeah, like that should look like it has enough space. And then, okay, so this is actually gonna be, oh no, perfect. Actually, it's perfect because this is definitely gonna be the ground level. Like so, there you go. That's the ground level, right? Right? No, it's actually lower than that. Okay, so that's a mistake. So I have to make sure I follow this. And this is just something that we can be like, oh, never mind. Look, we went over the line. We're Gucci again, right? Oh, interesting. So yeah, I'm trying to think about like a shape that could make this make a little bit more sense. while I still try to think about the perspective of it all. Something like that, maybe, right? Maybe I should like outline the people in green afterwards, right? Maybe that'll make them stand out. But for that time being, it's not about making them stand out, right? This guy is, let's see, we'll outline this because I do want to make it seem as if they fit in there, but maybe some more work needs to be done to get that to make sense, right? I mean, it's not a bad story. I think it's already having some levels of humor to it. Well, but this person is just kind of stuck in here, and let's just say, yeah, they're stuck in there. There's their other shoulder, right? Their arm. Let's just put their arm like over here, like their hand, right? They're just kind of resting their hand. That's the left hand, so we'll have the thumb like this, right? And it's on their knees, so that's not bad. It's like it's going down. The legs right around here, let's say, right? Let's uh let's just do this. There you go. And let's fuck this guy. Let's make it so he's even more cramped than he needs to be. There you go. Right, wait, let me get my stuff. I'm gonna start drawing as well. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, please, anybody watching or listening, please start drawing. It's already been 46 minutes and all I've drawn is ass. I'm proud of myself. Drawing ass is a notable achievement. There you go. And then we'll just have this be like the knee that it's resting on, right? Yeah, there you go. See, legs are kind of just there. There you go. Arms are like that. There you go. He's just kind of looking up and resting, right? He's like, what the fuck's going on? Nobody knows what the fuck's going on, bro. But look, that's pretty cute. That's not a bad story. So maybe that's why he's awkwardly. But why is he still awkwardly holding on? Oh, that's just funny. Yeah, he's just kind of like behind the wall, right? There you go. Maybe that's like something else that he's holding on to behind, right? And then obviously I want to make it consistent to a degree. Now, I haven't thought about many things, like genuinely many things, because there's a few other things that I wanted to keep in mind regarding this. But smash, smash. Why you say smash? Tonight, tonight, smash, right? But okay, so like this guy's behind the wall or whatever the fuck. He has a little fucker behind him, right? Again, trying to keep it as simple as possible. Simple shapes, right? This is, yeah, trying to, there you go. Right, that's the cart. Still relatively on the plane. Oh, maybe he's jumping. Actually, yeah, because I fucked up the perspective. Didn't I? I did. Oh, I did fuck up the perspective. I made this too low. Oh, I fucked up the perspective. Because now this person's gonna look like they're floating. Unless I give them like a platform to stand on. Yeah, unless I give them so that's another problem solving thing. Right. And again, like it feels good to fuck things up, by the way. It genuinely feels good to fuck things up. There you go. Right. We'll bring it around. There you go. Something like that. That doesn't really look that good, but that's actually jutting out more. So perhaps that should have been a bit better, but can't really do anything about it now. It's fine. We'll just leave that. We'll leave that wheel, right? It's all mistakes at the end of the day. So now the question is like, what the fuck do I want to do with? Because I don't know if I made the perspective clear enough, right? I don't know, but you know what? We got to start with the food stall because this food stall is gonna look really yummy, right? So why don't we start with having okay, so obviously this is like the food area, right? This is the food area. What else do I want to do? I got to really think about this. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm just trying to figure out relatively the shapes that I can use to make this seem compelling, for lack of a better word, right? Like what can be used to seem compelling. And here I'm just gonna add like small little details that make it seem more structurally sound. This is obviously me kind of imitating what Tyrion slash Broken Draw has done, right? I'm just trying to figure it out. Like he's really good at using simple shapes to indicate architecture. So, just learn from people who are better than you. Simple as that. So yeah, let's just keep trying to like, again, these are just what are these? These are just boxes. These are boxes that just have a cutout inside of them. And I say just, I know it's difficult, trust me, I know it's difficult. It's not just cutouts, but for me, at my level, yeah, sure, it's just cutouts. Right. But I know it's difficult. So don't worry, I'm not trying to be what's it called? Gay. Yeah. Right. That's for after the stream. But no, like I know it's difficult. I know it's a shit joke. That was a really shit joke because it didn't make me laugh. Actually, it made me chuckle. Never mind. It was a good joke. I take it back. You're the shit joke. You are the ones that are wrong. Is it me or is it the kids? Yo, I'm back. Nice. Anyways, it's always gonna be the kids. But let's see. There you go. Just attach these, bring them up, bring them up, bring them up. It's kind of like something mechanical-ish. Oh shit, I touched the I love kids says EGV man, the man. EGV Aman or Aman, sorry, not Aman. You don't have two A's in your name. Official. I too love kids. They're very cute, very bubbly. I'm at that age now. Like now that I'm in a, ever since I got together with my girlfriend, I've definitely noticed children a lot more. Where I'm just like, oh, they're so cute. They're so derpy. Such little shits, right? But let's see, and then something like this, little details there. I should actually stop adding little details, but let's see. Maybe okay. Maybe we'll just end this like so, right? Because clearly this is something that I'm not really doing anything with. So if I'm not doing anything with it, we should just end it, or at least like continue it, but not. Ooh, look at my lines. You see how bad they are? There's no consistency at all here, right? Ye unk, fuck yourself. It's true though. I'm old. I am old. Old is gold. Old is bored, right? Okay. So there's this. Maybe actually it is establishing perspective decently, right? Maybe I am actually establishing perspective decently. Who knows? There you go. Right? We something like that. It looks okay. It doesn't look horrible, right? And obviously now I want to take away from this. Oh, I wanted to do like a really complex manipulation there, but the whole point of this is to keep it simple and to prove a point to myself that simple can be very interesting, and that what's it called? Like that's how we're gonna build scale through simplicity, right? So, maybe this guy actually like maybe everything good, but this guy's actually jumping, right? Because I've clearly reestablished this as sort of the perspective plane. So maybe we'll just add little jumping lines like oh, oh, right, oh wow. I don't know what jumping lines are really like. I actually don't know how to indicate them at all. But maybe. And it's like, wait, shit. And just like that, right? Yeah, fuck that up. Whatever. Right. Have you tried drawing with a brush? Like not an actual brush. No, I haven't tried drawing with an actual brush. That is something I would like to do at one point. I just haven't gotten one yet. And I've really focused on getting my lines pretty decent with this brush pen first, right? I don't doubt that later on in my life I will 100% be drawing with a brush. Because that's like it's really that's like the next level, it's the next level and it's really difficult, but it's like one step at a time. Spend many years getting really good at one material that's very difficult, and then spend another x amount of years getting good at the next level of that material, and then just keep progressing. At least that's how I'm thinking about it. Whether it's correct or not will obviously be subject to like what makes sense to me, but and whether it's like I don't know, it's hard to tell. But there's him. He's jumping off. Whoa, right? Whoop de doo. Fucking dickhead got so excited when he saw a food stall for once. Right, and again, little simple shapes. There you go. Okay. Anyways, now that I'm done doodling, um, I want this to be like very like again. I'm trying to think about composition as well, right? So what's something that can just kind of take the eye away from this? Because this is cool and all, but I want this to be relatively empty, right? What's something that can take the eye away from this and more to here and what's happening here, right? Still trying to figure it out. Still clearly trying to figure it out, like and how to make it look decent. But yeah, like that's not bad. I mean, actually, I made the floor way too high. Okay, again, we're just gonna have to put this fucking guy on a ladder or something because I have fucked up the perspective too many times. So let's just say he's on a platform, right? He really wants to. He really wants to see what's on the menu, right? Maybe that will fix the perspective. It just turns out he was on a platform. When in doubt, cheat. Be a fraud. Ta-da! Right. Who knows if this is correct, but yeah, like when in doubt, just and he's still levitating on the platform, obviously, because there's no point in being on a platform if you're not levitating. But either way, let's just there you go. So bad, so bad. Yeah, now it's like, oh yeah, now everything is in perspective, I guess. No, it's not. We'll still try to make this the ground plane. I don't know. Like I'm really losing the perspective and it's extremely difficult, but this is also really fun, right? To try to problem solve this. Like it's actually really fun. And again, now that my ink flow is back, right, let's try to get the lines to be at least a little bit cleaner, right? Alrighty, in the bitey. None of that makes sense. So again, I'm still trying to think about like what can be done here, right? And like, what is this? This we can. I mean, I'm gonna have to problem solve what this is because this just can't be some nondescript platform, right? So we'll leave this dickhead on a platform which I didn't finish yet, right? And let's just try to like, what else did I see from from the food stall images that I did look at? What else did I see, right? Well, first I think I'll just put this all in shadow, and I can't do anything about the focus in this context because it's just until I move my hand out of the way. But let's just put this all in shadow first and see if that makes a difference, right? And it probably will. Like I'll probably highlight this person more. Oh no, dude, I accidentally fucking put their goddamn body in shadow. That was an accident. Well, again, more mistakes. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. I'm like something ain't right there, chief. But I did it anyways. So maybe I'm not the one that's all right. Right. But either way, we can just do we can actually just make the front of the body dark, I guess, right? Maybe. Who knows? And then yeah, let's just keep going. Let's just say the walls have this level of hatching on them, right? At the very least, this is good line work practice. You know, at the very least, this is good line work practice. But is it easy to understand? Probably not. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out composition, right? And this is clearly like a tendency with me. I said use simple shapes and keep things large and graphic. I said that, right? I said that's my goal. And I'm still adding so much little detail that I'm not meaning to add. But the beauty of this is like I'll just continue to problem solve until I understand. Now that's why these things that's why learning and drawing like this works. Or not just drawing like this, sorry, but that's why learning and just continuing to try to keep things in mind is the most important thing, right? Because at one point, you know, whether it takes months, whether it takes years, which is the more likely scenario, or whether it takes a lifetime, which is the realistic scenario, you will figure it out. Simply what you define as figuring it out will consistently evolve, get more difficult, challenge you as long as you try to challenge yourself. And yeah, that's all that matters. Hashtag Biggie's deep. Biggie's deep in your bum. Anyways, let's see. So yeah, like it does look like it's inside now, and but now it's like, okay, what do I want the top to be? Right? Hmm. Viggy lore. Exactly, exactly. This is all lore, I guess. But oh, I guess we can make the top like little lights, right? We can just make the top little light bulbs, right? And we'll make them come across here as well, and here. And this is like good grid practice because I have to keep in mind the grid while I do this. Obviously, it gets a bit more let's see. Yeah, there you go. Right. And then let's see, that's going that way, that's going that way. Let's see. Obviously, like the ceiling isn't so high, but we'll just say that it is because why not? We control the perspective, we control the depth, right? So here's these light bulbs, right? And let's see, we obviously want the light bulbs to be a little bit more we'll go have it go here. There's one here, and then there's another one, let's just say like right here, right? We don't see this one, and then we go, so we got this, and then we go back here, right? So this. Wait, what the fuck? I'm confused myself. I confused my own perspective. But as long as it's consistent. Okay, so there's that one. Yeah, okay, this is the front, this is the back, and then we need. Do I even want it to go even further? Probably not. But at this point, I've committed. So let's see. That's the back. Further back. Right. And even further back. Again, it has to be in perspective. So it's like this. And then, oh, I fucked that one up, but it's okay. Even further back. And then this one over here. Okay, I guess that works. Right, and then we'll just darken the entire ceiling. And I know I already, like, there's probably a fucking dozen perspective mistakes I made there because I actually didn't understand. I lost my own fucking train of thought when I did that, which is hilarious. But it's all about the illusion. And my illusion is the fact that I don't know what I'm doing, but you don't need to know that, except I just told you out loud. But you can just ignore that, right? But okay, he's like, no, can't you see I'm busy? Biggie needs coffee. I don't need coffee. What the fuck? I definitely don't need coffee. I already had one this morning, and I like to limit it only ever to one, right? I'm already trying to fucking make sure I don't rely on it, but unfortunately, yeah, like after 2022, I started drinking tea or like coffee more. Just like again, very little amount, like or like one small or whatever the fuck. But I know it's not good for me, for sure. But everybody's addicted to fucking caffeine, which is the annoying part as well, right? Okay, so that's supposed to be this dude. We can add shadow here, right? Yeah, we can add shadow there because this is like a little grill, I guess. Right? That's somebody working there. I added way more detail than I wanted, but we should probably not probably, we should definitely get the food stand fucking going. So food is gonna be down here. Of course. Food is definitely gonna be down here. Right. So let's just get the food stand going. We right. Food is down there. I need to let's see, what can I do? Food is down here. We can actually have this jut inwards a little bit, right? We can say the food is, again, I'm trying to think about perspective. It's really difficult. This is the horizon line, right? This is the horizon line. Clearly, I fucking established that as the horizon line. Didn't even do a good job at it, but okay, I think this is okay. I'm trying not to go over my lines too much, but I'm just also trying to think. So fucking kill me, bro. It's painful. But let's see. Something like this. Right, and then we can have what else? W horizon line. Thank you. I guess. Still trying to figure it all out. Let's try to keep it pretty basic and simple. So we'll just again, we'll literally just have it so it's like this, right? Just on the fucking floor, clearly. And let's see, bring it down here. This is my floor that I'm established. Right, so okay, I need to figure out what the fuck this is. How did this guy get up here? What did he climb exactly? Right, maybe this entire thing is just climbing. Right? Maybe he pulled a fast one and he just climbed a shit ton. Let's see. Right? Whether it makes sense or not, we're just gonna make it so he climbed some apparatus like so. Oh god, I'm already fucking up the perspective here too. But this is really hard. I'm telling you, my lines are so unconfident right now. And then we can. Oh, fuck. See, I fucked that up. So we're just gonna have to go there. Interesting, 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 interesting. Very difficult. Right? We're just gonna have to make this something else. I don't fucking know, bro. I'm genuinely don't know what I did here. Oh, I guess these can turn into cylinders. They weren't supposed to be cylinders, but I guess they can be cylinders now. And that's how he climbed it. There you go. But it obviously actually doesn't even make sense because that's the fucking ground. What's going on? It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. Is this guy just breaking perspective, right? Like it actually doesn't make sense if you think about it. Because if this is the ground, right? What is this on? Like what is it on? But as long as I can just ignore that, maybe you too will ignore that, right? It's not it's fucking breaking the perspective. But who knows? Whatever. Let's just there you go. Let's just add little here. Just pretend just shush, okay? Just shush. Just pretend like it's not true and we're Gucci. Okay? Just pretend like it's not true and we're okay. Because when it is true, that's the problem, right? There you go. See, nobody even knows what he's drawing, but something like that. Oh well, I fucked it up again. You can say I'm making a lot of mistakes. My mind's having a really hard time trying to understand what I'm doing right now. Like it's having a really, really hard time. Like it's just consistent mistakes after mistakes. But again, let me just block this out. I mean, this is obviously not even an aesthetic way of drawing. Like, it probably looks like fucking awkward and uncomfortable as shit for anybody watching. But listen, how do you think I feel drawing this? God damn it! I need to like take a step back and then think about what I'm doing after I do whatever the fuck this is, right? Like, we just need to take a step back. Oh wait, I could actually do something like this. Yeah, it's going towards the horizon line now. There you go. Ta-da! And now that is the horizon line. There you go. So it's just something that it still doesn't make sense, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Right? Because we'll just say it makes sense. And that's enough. That is enough. So yeah, none of this makes sense. I'm just gonna leave this. I don't know what I did here. I literally don't know what the fuck I did here. Like it literally is just random bullshit go burr, right? But we're just gonna leave it. Let's just define his leg if we take people's because do you see how unconfident all of this is? Like, do you see that, right? Bro, do you know Dan Kumo? Of course, of course. I follow him on Instagram, right? His art is sick. I love his work. I just again I wish most of these people did what I did, which is just talk, shoot the shit while they drew, because then I could just enjoy their their bullshit while I drew as well, right? But it's usually not the case, which is why I'm fucking doing it, because nobody else is goddamn doing it, right? What's here? Okay, whatever. I just found out. Okay, see, like this doesn't make any sense. Completely ignore this. This is just bad. right? It's just bad. But if I just add a bunch of bullshit lines here, that was a horrible line too. If I just add some lines there, right? Maybe it looks a little bit more legit, right? It looks like something, you know. Again, add shadow here. Like I know it's bad. Trust me, I'm well aware that it's bad. I'm just committed to at least making the bad look not as bad. But anyways, back to the food stall, right? Not in good perspective, but it's okay because if we just and again, this has to obviously go down as well, right? Following that. Oh, maybe maybe he jumped so high that this also fucking got propulsed. That's funny. Like that's how we fuck up the that's how we fix the fuck up on the perspective. Then this will be like, whoa, right? And it's like, what the fuck? Why is this thing also, you know, right? I actually did that inaccurately. It's supposed to be following an ellipse. So let me just like this thing's also just incredibly bleh. Why are you blehing? Yeah, maybe this he jumped so high that this is also fucking like, oh, but I know it doesn't make much sense, but whatever. This is how we're trying to establish perspective. Right? Abomination. Abomination? I just found out. Bleh. I don't know. What is that? Somebody oh, you were saying bleh to maybe finding out something about the Marvel shit? I haven't been on anything Marvel related in a very long time. So I wouldn't know. I don't really care anymore, to be honest. They lost my interest. See, something like that. There you go. Right? That was also worse than this. But either way, like this guy jumped, so this jumped. It doesn't really make any sense. I don't know how to draw dynamic lines. Anyways, so now I guess the floor is a bit more established, which is fine. But I'm also just disappointed in my bullshit. Okay, so I need to like take a break. I need to like take a step back and just need to think. Because overall, it's not bad, right? Like overall, it's okay. But before I move forward, I need to establish the perspective in my mind again properly. Like clearly, I've literally made the ground plane now, right? So this guy was just standing on something, and that makes this guy's proportions a lot better. Maybe it makes that guy's proportions a lot better. Who fucking knows, right? Who knows? But yeah, like before I do anything, and then why don't we just make the inside of this also hatched, right? I could do that while I think, try to make the inside of this. Not try, literally just hatch the inside of this. This was good. At least now that the ink flows back to this pen, I can really focus on making my line work better. Because that like I don't want to fraud my line work, right? We're not trying to make like it's suffering, which is a good thing because that means it's shit. But that means we can work on making it better, obviously, right? And again, I know the blurriness and the focus of the camera. I can't do anything about that right now. It's the only way to record through YouTube, like the app itself. I'm using my phone to record through the mobile app because OBS went to shit. So now I'm back. At least with this, the audio is good, the video is good, right? There doesn't seem to be any like extreme problems that occurs. Even though YouTube streaming on the mobile phone has resulted in it randomly crashing a few times, but my pen is out of ink. Yeah, oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, go get a new pen. Okay, so let's just call this baby on board, right? B-O-B. I don't know if anybody would understand what B-O-B means. Let's just do this. Yeah, let's just write baby. Let's just write the full thing. Right, baby on in perspective, right? Cool. Board. Shit, can I fit all of this? Who fucking knows? Oh yeah, I can fit it. Okay, that's good. Baby on board. It's just some random dickhead. Okay, so I still haven't created this entire thing was based off of somebody looking at a menu trying to order food, and it's become everything but that, right? That's a baby. It's not a baby. It's just like a stupid joke. Haha, baby on board, but it's not a baby. It's so funny, right? Haha. But but anyways, you know, um, Let me drink some water, actually. I am pretty dehydrated. Have not been drinking enough water. So everybody, water break, water reminder. I wonder if anybody can hear me gulp my water, like right? Curious. But let's see. Okay. All right, cool. Let's get back to it. So, do I want the food stall to be inside glass or do I want it to be displayed? Right? Do we want it to be in glass or do we want it to be displayed? Well, let's move this up a little bit and let's see. I'm still trying to I still fucked up the perspective quite a bit here actually. Like when I think about actually no, because it's all converging. So actually it makes decent sense. I just have to think. We just have to keep it simple. So honestly, let's make just it glass, right? Let's just make it glass cuz and this will be fine. Like I think like here I can actually practice my my ability to sort of draw glass, right? Which should be definitely very difficult, and I definitely will fuck it up multiple times. So that's essentially what I'm looking for, right? Okay, so it makes sense. Like this person's like really trying to look at whatever's why the fuck do you burp so much? What kind of stupid ass question is that? I burp because I have gas in my chest, my esophagi area, some shit like that. Why the fuck? This is a dumbass question. Okay, I don't know. Why do you blink? Right? It's because you gotta burp. It's because you gotta blink. It's the same shit. Anyways, now that I'm done being triggered, let's see. We'll just again add a little cutout, and then we'll close this off. There you go. Right. So let's just okay. So how do you even draw glass? That's actually really confusing to me. Right? How do I draw glass? I actually don't have no idea how to draw glass. Right? So let me what do we do when we don't know how to do anything? We avoid doing it. Right? As all great artists, we just avoid doing the thing. Right? And we just do something else until we're reminded, oh shit, I gotta do the thing. I gotta do the thing, right? So just the outer shape. It's clear. So just the outer shape. Valid crash out. Thank you. Appreciate you for allowing me to be valid. Right. I love how I said I was gonna keep it simple, and I'm just continuing to add stupid little manipulations that I wasn't even trying to do initially. Okay, you know what? First, we'll just make this a white space. There you go. Okay, this doesn't need to be anything else. There. Okay. And then beyond that, we'll just continue this. So this is just like a really big thing, right? This is like a big ass food stall. So beyond that, we'll just continue this like so, right? And this guy's window, because that's basically where it was. Wait, wait, what the fuck? What did I do? Oh, because I fucked this perspective up. There you go. Yeah, fuck this thing's perspective up. So we just need to make sure that it stays consistent, like so, right? Something like that. There you go. Yeah. And then the rest is like if we think about it, this is all the way back there, and then that okay, there you go. That makes sense. So like this is much larger than it looks. It's like a giant, it's like going this way all the way, right? I mean, spatially, it probably actually makes zero fucking sense, but we're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with it. Yeah, spatially probably makes no sense at all, spatially, but let's see. We'll just keep adding these, right? Try to make it relatively consistent. And then little shadows inside of them, right? Little bit of that shadow. the fucking shitty British accent, right? So there you go. And it's like, wow, there we have it. I have become art, you know? Maybe I should have actually kept these. Probably should have. You know what? Fuck it. We'll just draw over it. The power of just not giving a fuck about the drawing anymore results in something like this. Isn't that nice? Isn't that super nice? It just results in you not giving an absolute shit whatsoever. Okay, so yeah, like again, I'm still constantly trying to think about that perspective, that bottom plane. Right? I'm really trying to think about it. Right. And that's hopefully what you're all getting across, whoever's still here or watching or listening, is like it's just constantly thinking about the perspective. Just your ability and the complexity that you think about just increases and yeah, changes over time, but it doesn't go away. It's always there. And obviously, like this shape is completely different than this shape. I fucked that up too. But oh yeah, and like the perspective is a bit off. Perspective is definitely a bit off, but whatever. We'll just do something like this. And I was like, oh, never mind, it's all good. Ha ha ha. But but all of this aside, right? Okay, let's try to think about glass. And let me just look up one image. If the, I know this is entire thing is from imagination, but just 1 second. I'm just gonna write Kim Jung Gi glass drawing. And let's just see. There's obviously not gonna be a specific image where it's like, oh, he drew glass, right? But there has to be at least one of his drawings where he is where there's glasses involved, right? Isn't there? There has to be. There has to be fucking one drawing, goddamn it, where oh there it is. Okay. I understood nothing from that. So it's going as expected, right? Okay, so let's see. We could do something like this, right? Let me just and like line variety is obviously very important. So let's just something like this. And then something like that maybe. And then what? Um, Maybe that's like the light, right? Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Right? Like, what would this look like if we had light? And then maybe there's like bottles and shit here, which we don't really, well, not bottles, but food, right? What the fuck does a food mart even have? Um, we'll just make nondescript boxes. Fuck it. We'll make nondescript boxes, which will is what allows for us to hopefully food. Exactly. Exactly. Now, of course, I made actually all of these very tiny, so I may have to. By the way, like I have literally no idea how to draw fucking how to how to encompass glass. Like I actually don't know how to do that. So my understanding is like it's just a lot of broken lines. Like I don't understand the logic, which is the biggest thing, right? If you don't understand the logic, you don't really understand. So I'm aware of that and I acknowledge it. I just don't know how to work around it, you know? Like we're just gonna try to make really random shapes. Like I don't know the logic. So I'm just trying to think about like, okay, well, in general, there seems to be a lot of it's like it's very light, it's very faint, right? Maybe that is part of it, right? There's little shadows here that will make sense, right? I know like shit like this is supposed to be for glass. I don't know. Like this is kind of reflections, right? Now I don't know if that actually works in this context. Like there's probably logic to it. There's definitely logic to it that I don't understand, right? But kind of doing this maybe will like this kind of what this is doing right now makes it look very bubbly, right? And maybe it is glass like, or maybe it's more like water bottle texture, right? It's probably more water bottle texture, but still just trying to figure it out. And then we can have more elliptical things and they'll be stacked on top of each other, right? who knows how accurate this is, but that's the fun part is like the discovery aspect is like is what I'm doing even making sense, right? Is that even a thing, you know? And like obviously I want to have light here, so we can have light. Maybe we can use shadow to inform the light, right? Like this is where the light is coming out. Like it should be coming out of that. So I could do something like this, right? And then the rest of it maybe is dark, something like that. That actually might have fucked it up, but hey, I'm experimenting. It's not about being perfect at this stage. It's just about trying to understand what's going on, right? And it's okay. It's okay if things don't make much sense. It's okay if it looks kind of whack, right? But this is where I just get to clean it up a little bit, right? Get to clean it up a little bit. Add depth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to, right? I'm trying to focus on the perspective. Let's actually make that a little bit more. And try to add that. Maybe a little bit going around there. You know, maybe this is the light. Something like this. This is the lighting here. It's interesting. It's really interesting. It's really difficult, but something is occurring. And I know Kim Jong-il would just fucking like he'd just do this. Well, I can't do it. I don't know why. It's probably the pen that he had, or maybe like right after it was, yeah, like right after he made the mark. That probably made the biggest difference, right? There you go. And then we can just actually kind of add a little bit more detail to make these seem like lights, just a little bit more, while still it's like it's also about getting rid of all these extra things, right? Like these extra fucking little um lines that detract from it, which is difficult. You keep saying bleh. I'm really confused. Are you my friend, what is upsetting you to constantly be blehing it out, right? And then again, we'll just add more random shit. Yeah, something like this. It doesn't really, I know it doesn't look like glass, like super glassy, but it's about just trying, I guess. Write something. I am just nothing, I am just something. All right, that was deep. Anyways, okay, and then what do we want here? I mean, probably more bottles, right? Just this is kind of like graphic rather than three-dimensional, but this is what everybody's fucking losing their shit over right now. This shit. That's not bad, right? It's not anything particularly amazing, but I'm actually pretty happy. Like I'm just really trying to think about, I guess, the contrast between shadow, reflection, light, right? Do I know what the fuck those words mean? No, but I can pretend like I do and just try to do it anyways. Because at one point I will be figuring this out much more legitimately, right? So might as well just enjoy while I can at not figuring it out, but just fucking around and be like, hmm. Definitely what's hurting this is all these lines kind of being awkward, like on having all these spaces. But overall, it's not bad. Like you can see, the more graphic I am with them, the better it seems to get, right? Now again, like what are these items being sold? Nobody fucking knows, bro. Who the fuck's buying this shit? Apparently these guys are. They're really enamored by the process. Clearly. Work in progress? What's WIP? Work in progress? I think, yeah, I think WIP is work in progress. Pretty sure it is. This is the fucking world's shittiest vending machine. Like this man has an entire cart of food. This is an entire establishment set up just to sell a vending machine. That's what it's starting to look like right now. Garbage. Garbage fucking business model, but clearly who the fuck am I? Because it's working magnificently, right? Who the fuck am I to say that it's a garbage business model? You know, it's paying its due dividends, you know. Let's see, maybe some little more random bullshit go here, random bullshit go here, right? Maybe even some of that, maybe even some of that, right? And then we can even have one little one in there. Same thing with, I don't know what this should be. Oh yeah, Kim Jong-un would add a lot of lines. Yeah, he'd add a lot of like tiny lines to these. Again, like I'm just copying and trying to make bullshit. That's a vending machine? No, I guess not. Who knows what it is, bro? Okay, it's just something that has something. You know, do I really know what the fuck I'm drawing? No, no, I don't. No, I do not at all. But these people are clearly mesmerized it. I'm mesmerized by it to a degree. So whatever it is, it must be doing something right. Right? Must be doing something right. But either way, let's just and then we'll just yeah, we'll just do something like this for over here. Like that's all I guess in shadow or in glass texture. Right? Same thing with here. Pretty fun to be honest to do this shit, even if I don't really know what I'm doing. Not gonna lie, just trying to experiment with textures and shit. Looks like ass, but it's my ass. So deep, so beautiful. Damn, it's already almost been 2 hours. I did say I was gonna stop at 10:30, so it's half an hour more. We're gonna go. Dude, I'm honestly such a dickhead. I literally told myself that we're gonna keep it simple, and then I pulled this shit. Oh, this is diverging. I just took that in. No wonder that looks so wrong. So we need to do something like this, and then we need to do something like this, right? And now we got to figure out the problem solving that's going to occur from this. There you go. There you go. It's 8:30 a.m. here. 2 more hours, or 8:30 p.m. I assume. Okay, so I've obviously like completely diverged from my draw simple, draw simple, right? So we're gonna just take it back. We're going to end this. This is ending. Right now, I'm going to do a little bit of this and just make it stop right here. There you go. We have ended this thingamajiggy. Oh, 8:30 a.m. Oh, okay, damn. It's pretty early. But we're just gonna end it right there. And whatever this is, oh, we'll just have this be a sign that says no refunds. That's pretty funny. There you go. Uh, yeah, we'll have some form manipulation. There you go. And it'll just say no. And there'll be like a no refunds because I forgot to fucking space it out properly. That's a really shitty E, Jesus Christ. No refunds. We and now it's obvious that refund isn't even going to be fixed out. So we'll just put an angry emoji as well. There you go, the opposite of my channel emoji. No refunds. There you go. We'll have it. There you go. No refunds. So bad, so bad, so bad. But it works, I guess. It's so hard to tell what's going on. So I'm clearly still working on what's it called? Like keeping things simple. Like clearly I have a lot of trouble with keeping things simple. Like, dude, this 100% has showcased to me that I don't know how to keep things simple, right? Like this entire this like, but that doesn't mean I can't. That doesn't mean that I can't understand slowly but surely, right? Yeah, storytelling's gotten better for sure, right? Storytelling's definitely, I think, gotten a decent amount better, right? I could even make these kind of, I guess, more I guess easier to read, right? No refunds. This is fucking, I already drew it, so it's pretty stupid, but whatever. No refunds. There you go. There you go. No refunds. But yeah, like I mean, I'm still working on trying to make sense of the things I draw. Like I started off good. I know I started off good with keeping things simple, but I feel as if now it's just like things are not the simple things that I wanted them to be. What the fuck am I drawing? Who knows? Who knows what I can say the exact same thing. What the fuck am I drawing? Right? I have no idea what I'm drawing either. But what I do know is that we're gonna keep drawing, and then at one point maybe we'll figure something out, which is nice. But yeah, this guy's like, oh, fucking, maybe he's just really saddened by the lack of refunds. I feel like a 4-year-old autistic kid, right? Well, a 4-year-old autistic kid is basically just a kid. Like all kids are autistic. Have you seen them try to speak, understand anything? Look back to your life when you were 4. You're just a little fucking turd running around. But either way, that's fine. If you don't know what you're drawing, but you're thinking really hard, that's still a benefit. That's still good, right? But okay, so we're done this. That's cool. Now I need to obviously I thought I could create a better story, but I guess I'm just gonna have to keep working around. So that's clearly the floor. No, man, that was not supposed to be the floor. That was the horizon line, and now that's turned into the floor, right? I don't know. I don't know how to make this work anymore, right? Maybe people's feet are just gonna be like here, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to practice the bottom angle, right? But it's what it is. It's just what it is. Let me think. Okay, so we've gotten this down. Perhaps something else can be established. Well, oh, I was gonna like finish this up, so might as well, right? Just hmm. Yeah, might as well just finish this up. I'm sending an art share. Oh, you're sending. Oh, okay, okay. Yes, Aman or Aman, is part of my. I guess my. Yeah, it's weird to say my, but it's part of my Discord. Well, he's the one who helped create it, so all credits go to him. Right, I'm just making some slight changes to the namings. Maybe I'll just try to figure things out before I make it official. But there is a Vigi Discord that is going to happen, right? So, keep that on the fucking lookout for anybody. I mean, it's only me and me and EVG, your boy, right now. So ain't nobody else really here to listen to this. But there you go. Okay, cool. And that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Yeah, yeah, he's sending it. Okay, cool. All right, that's not bad. I think that's okay, but it's still very hard to read, which obviously I need to work on. Like genuinely, obviously, I need to work on. Right, but either way, we're done with this. maybe what I draw here on the right is gonna help clear things up a little bit, right? So this is somebody looking at something. And I love how, like, in the first stream, the stream prior to this, I was like, guys, it's all about simplicity. You got to make sure things are simple. I'm trying so hard. And now, like, that all went to shit here. But, well, that's a good thing. Like, it's a failure on my end, which means it's something I can learn from. Right. So let's try again. And then what do we want? Maybe we just want somebody walking. Okay, well, we can establish perspective. We can at least try to continue establishing perspective. We can just have somebody walking here and they're on their phone. Yeah, that's not bad. Right. They're on their phone. So yeah, like this is how, and I've been paying a lot of attention or a lot more attention to the world around me. So I feel as if I'm getting a better idea of how to make things look more legitimate, right? Whether it is legitimate or not. Because like if this is guy's thing, we can have this person just be here. Like this is, and now this is great because now this is like a taller person, right? We can establish that, hey, this is a taller person walking, and then next to them we'll have somebody else walking as well, and maybe they'll be looking to the right somewhere. And oh, no, I think that maybe this guy's walking. Yeah, this guy will be walking with his kid, and the kid will be pointing at something, and then that something can be what I draw here. There you go, and then that can be like our composition. Okay, so we've got a little bit more of a story going, right? It's not bad. It's not bad. But obviously, this is the parenting we see nowadays, right? Fucking parents on their phone while their kids are distracted. Good job. Good job. You're really fucking showing them what it means to be present and attentive, right? You should be proud of yourself. Anyways, that probably pissed some people off. Hopefully, it pissed some people off. That'll make me happy. Um, I'm saying this as someone whose parents were relatively attentive. So, like, I feel as if it is important. So, this guy's obviously hunched over too, right? Because everybody has shit posture nowadays. Yeah, mannequins are slowly getting better. Nothing incredible, but slowly getting better. Right. Make a crying kid. Maybe. I mean, I'm not gonna be drawing expressions right now, but perhaps perhaps that can be done. Right. Let's see, something like this, right? Phone. And this is tapering. This is the cylinder. Sorry, I'm trying to think. This is the cylinder connecting to the arm. This is the shoulder girdle, or like the shoulder thingamajiggy. The half a sphere, that's for the shoulder. And then this guy's on his phone. We want this is the left hand, right? Okay, that's the left hand. So yeah, it's no, that's the left hand. So this is the thumb. So the thumb is facing towards us, right? And he has it in his hand. So the phone will probably be something like this, right? And his thumb is essentially over it, like that. And then the rest of his hand is out like so, like this, right? There you go. He's on his phone, completely ignoring his child, as is tradition, right? And again, he's like super hunched over, right? Super hunched over. Essentially, the bastion of parenting right here. Bastion of parenting and good health. So, making me proud at the very least. And let's just say he's also scratching his ass. So something like that. It's like really reaching. Okay, that's a bit too far out. Okay, no, never mind. I can fix it. Haha. Right? Scratching his giant fucking ass crack. Like, like so. There you go. But that's not bad. Okay, and then I also have to think about the pelvis, right? So he's leaning forward. People are walking, so it's good to like try to think about what walking motion looks like, because that's the floor. So this is where I get to play with proportions, right? Because and the thing is, I know I said I'm playing with proportions, but I fucked up the proportions. His torso is way too small, right? But now this can just be like a taller person, right? And yeah, there you go. We'll have one leg coming out here, and then this is the foot that's pressing on the floor because we got the floor now, right? Got the floor. This is what would this look like? Something like this, right? That's the calves, right? I'm still trying to think about this perspective because that's the floor I've established now, right? It's not perfect, but it's okay because that's not the point right now. Let's see, maybe I already fucked this knee up, so the knee should be more like that. There you go. And while this is tapering, we have to remember that it's also foreshortening. It's tapering outward, but it's foreshortening, so it's probably something like this. But okay, before I even make a decision regarding this dickhead's leg, right? Hello, Nixoru Art. Hello, how's it going? How's it going? Right, Wagwan and my friend. Are you new to the channel? Are you old? Are you a hashtag Viggyfammer? Are you Viggyfamming right now? Is that my thing? Is that I just asked those people who I don't recognize those three questions. How's it going? How's it going? What is up? What is up? Um, let's see. So we want something like that's connected, and then the pelvis is connected as well. So I just gotta think about that. Like it's like this. Hmm. This guy's gonna be way more like jutting out a bit. I'm like I'm almost certain that I'm incorrectly making this, but let's give it a shot. I mean, that's not bad. It does look like he's walking. We are just drawing. Join us. Pretty good. What about you? Yeah. Oh yeah. How's it going? How's it going right now? Cool. Cool. Yeah. Are you new to the channel? I assume most people who randomly pop up are probably new to the channel, right? But yeah, draw along. Despite EVGV Emma Aman's extremely aggressive, request. Do join us to draw along. It would be nice. Yeah, he's scratching his butthole right there. There you go. A good parent. Yeah, I am new. Nice to meet you. What do you think of the channel? What do you think of the drawings? What do you think of yourself? Deep thoughts. Deep thoughts. Okay, so that's going that way. And then I think we'll have yeah, we'll have a little hand here. Because this will be like the kid kind of being like, Papa, please pay attention to me for the love of fucking God. Right? So we'll have a little hand there, being like, yo, dickhead. Do you ever do anything apart from go on your phone? And this is in the future, so this is a zillennial, right? This is a zillennial. EGV, not EGVV. I don't fucking know, bro. EGV, yeah, not EVG. Oh, fuck off. I will do my best, which is not putting any effort at all. Yeah, but this kid is like, Papa, please give me attention. Please, you literally only have one opportunity in your life to ever give me attention as a child. But this is zillennial, like I said, right? Gen Z millennial. Is that what they're called? I don't fucking know. Right? And this man cares not for his child's qualms, for he has an Instagram feed to scroll on. And we all know that's more important than the growth of his daughter. Good shit. Good shit. A good a good man indeed. Yeah, proportions are gonna be off, and I'm pretty sure I fucked this up, but let's see. Now that kid's gonna look at something, and then now we can like draw something here as well, which is pretty cool. Gen alphas as kids. Man, you're funny, XDO. Thank you. Right, bet. Yeah, nice. Yay, good shit. But yeah, no, this is like a Gen fucking Zeta Theta as a child, right? This child's attention span is so fucking short. She doesn't even know that she can't think right now. She's actually playing Subway Surfers in her mind. It's incredible. While also listening to a presidential speech by Sir Richard Nixon. Aru! The Futurama. Anyways, let's see. So that is the shoulder girdle that I did establish. So this child is looking up, but again, we want dynamism, right? So she's looking up. She's like, Papa, the artist, he made my fucking torso way too thick. Aren't you gonna do anything about this? And Papa is like, shut the fuck up. Did I not say today is TikTok day? God damn it. A child who speaks ill of her father is a child who speaks. Fuck, I don't even have a rhyme for that. Whatever, this child's getting a beating. I was just trying to make a joke regarding that. But unfortunately, god damn it, because this man is brain rotted, he doesn't have the energy to beat his child. He's just gonna make her watch, what is it, Coco Lemon? Over and over. I'm just trying to come up with buzzwords. I have no idea what the fuck these kids are up to these days. But I know that people are getting stupider. I mean, that's just a fact, right? I know that for the first time in a very long time, um, what's it called? Kids literally are dumber than the previous generation. It's crazy. I was actually just reading an article on it today. My friends were talking to me about it. I was like, God damn, no way, bro, no way. Kids don't watch cartoons anymore. I mean, they probably don't watch good cartoons anymore, right? And this isn't even like in my fucking day, this in my goddamn day, we grew up with social media, and that is like a huge difference. Algorithms that train you to be addicted to them, bro. Like, come on, you can't say that that's not gonna have a negative impact, right? No matter how much you try to spin it, right? Like, it's it's just not like there's just no way that that can be a good thing, right? It just can't be. Oh fuck, this guy's like on his tippy toes here. Oh shit. Oh well, I fucked up that foot. Wait, for real, for real. Hashtag for real, for real. Yeah, okay, so I fucked that up because I was too busy being a boomer, I guess. Right, but either way, I mean, this guy is. No, he's not on the floor, actually. Here he's on the floor, but here, what the fuck did I do? Hmm, I did not make the. Yeah, I didn't really make it make sense because that's still the floor, so it should be going lower. I mean, yeah, that's a mistake, and I'm just gonna live with that mistake. Pokemon was holy peak. Bro is floating. Bro is floating. Unless he's actually. Now, what can we put here? That's just gonna make up for this. What can we fucking fraud? Is the real question. What can we do that's like, oh no, he's not floating. He's just uh hmm. He is kicking a puddle back. Right? He's kicking a puddle back. Let's see. This is the puddle. Right? That's why. Because he stepped in shit. This is a shit puddle. I don't fucking know. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. What the fuck is that stare? Exactly. Exactly. I don't know what the fuck this stare is. It is this was a mistake. I wasn't even thinking here, right? Yeah, like I literally was not thinking here whatsoever. So that was a huge mistake, right? But either way, like before we start adding a bunch of bullshit that's gonna fuck my drawing up even more, yeah, because like this is the ground plane. Again, it's really difficult for me to think in this perspective. I don't ever draw in this perspective. Why is there a putting in the shopping mall? Who's a putting? A puddle. How the fuck can you draw straight with a Sharpie or whatever it is? This is a brush pen. This is the pen teru brush sign pen artistu penu, which is the brush pen that Kim Jong Il would use a lot. And because it's so difficult to use, I'm using this specifically because it's difficult. It's been almost 2 years now. I started using it October 2023. Yeah, October 2023 is when I started using it. So my lines are really, really, really bad. And and then after 2 years, my lines are slightly less bad. But that's after what, like easily 10,000 repetitions? Not 10,000, maybe 10,000 repetitions. By that I mean strokes, right? But yeah, all right, my bad. I mean, you don't have to apologize. There's nothing to apologize for. The fuck? Did I really sound that mean? Fuck, I'm an asshole. Oh no, always have been, right? But let's see. I kind of want to make this like fucked up. I kind of want to make it like this kid is just being dragged along, but that would have to make her positioning worse, right? Or like different in terms of gesture. But right now she's just like, Papa, Papa, God damn it, I said father. Right. No, no, not at all. I mean, you can draw with anything. You can draw with anything. Just I chose the most difficult. What I found to be, from my analysis, I was like, this looks like the most difficult brush pen to use for the time being, right? And then I did it. Okay, well, whatever. This doesn't make any sense. Fucking whatever. Leave it. We leave it. Stop it. Stop doodling. Okay, anyways. Okay, so this kid's obviously has really tiny legs. And it's yeah, being a little dragged along, right? There you go, being a little dragged along. She's like, Papa, Papa, please. And he's like, shut the fuck up. My grip is iron because I'm addicted. Let's see. I've seen people draw with matchsticks. Yeah, it's again, drawing is thinking, right? It's the mind. It's the mind that does the drawing. The motor skills are very important, don't get me wrong, but the mind does the drawing, right? Like just look at Karl Kopinski. He is an incredible fucking draftsman because his mind is an incredible draftsman. And he went through a stroke recovery, right? He went through a stroke recovery, and he literally is back to drawing, at least from my beginner's eye, at a very high level again, right? But Again, his mind already did all the work. He was just recovering his motor skills at the end of it all. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. It's like, yeah, the kid's being dragged. Um, well, that's impressive. I got drawing skills of a 10-year-old now. For now. Okay. Do you practice your fundamentals? Do you actively think as hard as you can while you draw? If the answer is no, then your skills are reflective of the effort you put in, right? Because your skills will always be reflective of the effort you put in. I can draw this because I put a lot of fucking effort consistently and still do so. What do you think I've been saying? Oh God, my brain's hurting. Oh, I can't think. And by the way, I'm not giving you shit. I'm just passionate about this topic. I'm just speaking out loud. But yeah, like it's your skills will always be reflective of the effort you put in, right? And there's also a time delay. Don't forget when as you're getting better, right? So yeah, do you make boxes? Yep, I do every shape. So just do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more and keep challenging what you can do, right? Let's say like this kid's being dragged, but really wants to go here. If you okay, what's your name? Right, Nixoru Art. Go to my channel if you want. Like, if you want to know how I got to this point, right? If you want to know how I got to the point when I started my channel, because everything past me starting my channel is all documented, 95% of my art progress. But if you want to know what I did prior to that, what got me to that point, there's a video on my channel called just type in Viggy, right? Even on YouTube, Viggy. This is a video for beginner artists. You are not alone. It's a long video. You know, you're not obligated to keep it on now. You're not obligated to really keep it on like at any point. But if you're interested in like the actual work it took to get to my point, right? Watch that because I detail everything I did in the first 2 years. Everything I did in the first 2 years is detailed. I think it's probably the most important video that's going to be for my channel, um, like ever, right? Because those were the undocumented years, and now I've documented them. So yeah, like if and I'm being like legit, like it's just a very honest breakdown. I was like, what is the work that is required to become even mediocre, which is this, right? So thanks, man, for the suggestion. I followed you, so I'll check it out. So thanks, man, for the suggestion. No problem, no problem. But the whole point I'll only ever try to make is anybody can draw. Granted, they lose their ego, put in hundreds of hours, put in hundreds of repetitions, and understand that everything new is difficult, everything worthwhile attaining is difficult, and all of those are skills, right? And it all comes down to mindset, right? But anyways, like it's your journey. Everybody will go through their journey, and when they achieve these things, they'll either continue, and especially if they're in it for the longevity, they'll just either internalize this or they'll struggle with it uh, for a very long time, or hopefully not forever, but yeah, for a long time. Okay, so that's pretty good. So this kid's like, Papa, look, Papa, Rook, 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 Bobby, Rook. I'm American, right? But Papa, Rook, what the fuck is that, Papa? We. And this man's like, you papa me one more time, I'm gonna show you why Americans won the war, you piece of shit. But anyways, Papa Rook, was is this? Papa, was is this? Here, we'll even okay, so this is the right hand, this is the left hand. Okay, so yeah, there's the little thumb, there's the fucking thingy for the thumb, right? And there's the hand. He looks like he's hailing. Fuck. Our ego's such a bitch. Papa's locked in playing Clash, 100%. Bro, Clash? Come on. Tower defense. Bloons tower defense. This child has been indoctrinated by the Third Reich. Fuck. Oh no, don't do it. Don't draw the mustache. No, I'm not gonna draw the mustache. I mean, I can just say it's a Charlie Chaplin mustache, right? Papa was a fan of German history. Papa, I'm doing exactly what you asked me to do. Look at me, Papa. We're the same, you and I. God damn it. Or maybe like I'll just have some other dude in another stall here, right? And he's like reaching out to the child, trying to save him. Who knows? Who knows? This is good. This is fun mannequin practice. But it's okay. It's been 2 hours. I might go for a little bit longer, but dude, I do need to eat soon, right? And I gotta wake up early because I'm gonna meet up with my friends tomorrow. But my friend and my beautiful girlfriend, right? So let's say actually, this child is not hiding. Actually, he is hiding. Fuck, his thumb's like this. Never mind. Watch me become canceled, right? I mean, to be honest, am I really saying anything that is cancelable? The answer is it doesn't matter. Okay. Actually, no, I can hide behind my ethnicity, right? I can 100% hide behind my ethnicity. I can be like, look, I'm brown skinned. You can't do this. It's unfair. All right. All right, never forget, guys. If I ever get, if anything ever happens to my channel, or people try to get cancel me, all right, just bring up my skin color like a shit ton. Like just genuinely keep bringing it up, right? And no matter what anybody says, even if they're like, look, he's telling people to bring up his skin color, be like, you're marginalizing him. He is marginalized. You're marginalizing his marginalization. Some retarded shit like that. It'll work. It has to work. But let's see. Okay, Papa is, yeah, he's playing Bloons tower defense while he's scratching his asshole, right? The mom's not even in the picture, right? How does that matter? The point is, it doesn't matter, but it does matter because I'm brown, right? I'm pretty sure in this day and age I can hide behind my skin color. No, I have to be able to. That's bullshit. I was fed a lie. But anyways, the only time your skin color can save you, 100, right? Right? I'm in fucking Canada too, bro. Being brown is not a good thing right now. Seems, but yeah, I can definitely hide behind it for sure. Okay, so we've established this. This is already like pretty decent scale, right? This dickhead being at the forefront. So I want to have maybe like one more person here, right? Maybe I want somebody chasing after this guy to be like, "Sir, uh, you forgot you forgot your daughter. You forgot your other child." Maybe we'll do that. But I guess like if anything, let me just establish like one more perspective, right? Man, it's unfortunate because I really did want like everybody to be walking along this plane, but these are the beautiful mistakes that you make, right? These are the beautiful mistakes that you make. So no, like it's good. I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm just trying to think now. So yeah, that's the ground plane. Uh, what can establish scale to the degree that I would want it to, right? I want yeah, like, okay, so maybe this guy's reaching out and there's somebody else here, like, from a stall, right? Yeah, there's somebody from a stall reaching out and they're gonna, like, I don't know. It's not gonna be a stall like this. Hopefully it'll be a bit better because my memory of stalls will improve as I continue to look at them sparingly for a few minutes here and there. But let's see. Let's just think out loud, right? So I'm just trying to create the story in my mind before I commit to anything. We'll have somebody reaching out here to save this poor daughter, this poor child from this dipshit. We'll have somebody running after this dipshit to be like, bro, dipshit, you forgot your fucking other kid, right? And that kid will also like maybe she or he will be like tripping, like literally be like, this is pretty good. This is at least helping me understand gesture a little bit more. And then in terms of structures, right? I'm not too certain what I want for structures right now. Like perspective is okay. It's all looking okay, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm not really sure. So far, how long have you been drawing? I've been drawing for 3 years and 2 months. I started November 1st, 2022. All right. And again, that video will showcase that video is all you need. Because if you go to the video, it'd be like, okay, this is what you did for the first 2 years. And then my intro video is here's all the fundamentals work you did, right? Like my intro video is just me showing all the like basically showing before practicing fundamentals and then after practicing fundamentals. And then the after practicing fundamentals, I did maybe like 5 or 6 drawings from reference, and and it's basically to show that like drawing practicing fundamentals is what makes me better at drawing from reference, not the other way around, right? Because practicing a shit ton of fundamentals is what improved my line quality and all that stuff. I've been drawing for almost 2 years as well. Good job, good shit. Damn, that's a long time. It might be a long time, but I think in decades, right? So for me, I'm thinking like, damn, when I'm at 30 years, that's gonna be some good shit, you know? Like it's only a long time in the beginning because every week is reflective of your prior week. So if you started 4 weeks ago, then the 3 days you spent this week, or like the last 3 days is like fuck, that's a long time. 6, 7 years, bro. What the fuck? Okay, fuck off. You've been drawing for longer than me. The audacity to say I've been drawing for a long time, right? But okay, anyways, like let's just establish something. I want another food cart stall here. So we'll have one that's like this, right? Like we'll have one that's much further back, and this will establish the perspective a little bit. Like this, if this is this big, right? Maybe this one can be this big, you know? And then like yeah, and then this perspective will, let's just say like this was like tilted or oriented differently, and somebody's reaching out here. I started when I was 10, not like actually drawing. Uh yeah, I wish I started like this when I was 10, but you know, it's yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, gotta be honest. Like, how long have you actually been drawing, like taking art seriously, versus how long have you been just kind of drawing in terms of like I'm passively drawing and I'm not actively learning, right? So, and it's just about your goals and what you want, right? I will always say there's nothing wrong with doodling or drawing or just not taking art seriously. but there's everything wrong with lying to yourself and wanting to take something seriously, but avoiding, especially if you don't know the work, like if you don't know what work to put in, I will not blame you because knowledge is power. I was super fortunate that when I started, I already heard about Drawbox, so I started with Drawbox. I was super fortunate 4 months into Drawbox, I got a fucking video recommended by the YouTube algorithm from Proco's video on Artwad, like Antonio being on Proco, right? The founder of Artwad. And then immediately be like, I'm jumping on that shit, you know? So, and then that's completely what changed everything, right? But I was super fortunate to have already been aware of that. A lot of people go years without being aware of the fundamentals. How? I don't fucking know because we have Google. The first thing I always do is like, what the fuck do you practice? And all you see is people saying fundamentals, but either way, right? I don't blame people who don't have knowledge. I blame people who, I hold people accountable for having clear goals when they have the knowledge to achieve those goals or to put towards practicing those goals, but they don't do it, right? Then it's a fault of that individual. It's not the fault of whatever fucking arbitrary external system or factors that may have been, what's it called? Uh, what am I trying to say? That may have been contributing to that. Yeah. Right. Right. Oh, you're already shilling our Discord. Nice. Ah, that's so beautiful to say our Discord, but we'll see. I'm still trying to make it a decent one. I haven't figured anything out yet. Okay. I know I've just been dicking around and four people are watching and just listening to me do nothing but fucking talk and not actually draw. But maybe I think with that being said, like I should probably just call it here, right? Like my brain's really tired. Um, like this drawing kind of ended up becoming way more than I wanted it to be. Like this is still way too it's just I don't know. It's just too messy. Right, not even too messy. I actually don't have anything against the messiness. It's just too much detail. I was trying to fucking my practice was how to use simple shapes to ensure scale and like having simplicity, and then I turned into this. So I guess the challenge for my next stream next week or whatever will just be okay. Now we got to make things when it's simple. Like we got to make sure the rest of this is like clear, defined shapes that are simple. Because I refuse. Like this makes sense. It's in the complete foreground. It makes sense for everything here to be detailed. I'll allow that. But everything back here, like whatever I put here, I'm gonna try to make it a lot more specifically constrained. Try being the operative word, not succeed, because I don't expect success. You can't expect succeeding at something you're not good at, right? But I can 100% expect trying really hard at something that I want to have come to fruition, right? For lack of a better sentence. Viggy, why don't you do art challenges on stream? I don't really know what art challenges to do. This is my art challenge. Make a fucking scene, focus on composition, focus on line quality, focus on simple shapes, right? And focus on scale. Like I just set a challenge for myself, you know? Oh, like a topic? Oh, okay. Um, and at the end you should check out the drawing. I'm down for that only when let's just okay, but the thing is like that depends on having an audience, right? I have a like the thing is like you have to think about it this way in terms of numbers, right? I have a subscription base of 1,000, but my views average around 40 to 60 max, maybe 100 sometimes, right? On top of that, on average, like let's just say 1% of people engage with the Discord link in the description and join. So that's 1% of 1,000, right? So that's 10 people, right? I want to have at least, let's say, like this. That's why I'm like Discord things gonna be long term, like the challenges and shit. Give it a few years. Wait till I'm at like at least 10 to 20K subscribers. Then we'll have a decent amount of people in the Discord that it actually feels like a proper community, right? Right now, yeah, the community is being established and everything is going nice. I'm not discounting any of that, but I want there to be more I want things to be more solidified. That's just my own want, right? Uh, I mean, sure. Imagine 10 people in a room, right? That's overstimulating. I mean, not for me. I don't get it's not really overstimulating. Yeah, it's a lot of people, I guess, but again, you are part of the brain rot generation, so I understand. You haven't learned the social skills, or you just haven't learned to be in social situations. I'm completely just assuming things. That's all assumptions. Okay, but yeah, sure. Let's just say once. Okay, how about once 15 to 20 people on average are like part of the stream? Like I get, let's just say on average I get 30 to 40 views on stream, and 10 to 15 people talk consistently on my streams. Yeah, then I'm down to do these challenges and shit like that. Until then, like I'm just figuring it out. I'm still figuring it out, but this is not bad. Like, okay, what do I like about this drawing? I like that I've established scale, right? Like, I like that even though I literally haven't drawn mannequins like in fucking year, right? In a year and a half, right? I remembered based on what I drew prior, and my spatial reasoning got a lot better. So like, this is still decent, and the dynamicness is not bad at all, right? I like that I still managed to keep the structures relatively simple based on simple, large shapes. I like that I told a story with this little food cart thing. Well, I would join if it didn't show me the link is invalid. Okay, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out too. I don't fucking know, bro. Right? I like, yeah, I like the story I told. I like that I'm keeping it relatively simple. I don't like, or I will critique the unnecessary detailing, right? But that's just a lack of knowledge, right? But so this is a lack of knowledge. That's fine. This is not thinking. So like this I didn't like because I didn't think. I made a mistake when it came to establishing the perspective, but I wasn't thinking. So I don't like this, right? So that's something I could work on, which is good. Like me not liking it doesn't mean I feel negative about it. I just don't like it. You know, it's a critique. I do not think this is good, and that means I can work on it. Great, right? What else? Everything else I pretty much thought pretty hard about, so that's fine. But like this was the biggest issue, and yeah, like a bit too much detail. But overall, not bad. Not bad at all. We'll just keep going. We'll just keep going. But yeah, I'm gonna call that for the stream. I'll figure out the Discord link. I have no idea, dude. Like I'm still slowly working through changing the fucking names, slightly changing the names on the Discord and trying to figure out what I want to do with it. Right? Your boy fucking EVG, right? EVG or EGV? I don't fucking know. What is it? EGV, right? Oh, that's the broken draw link. I think Nixoru art. That might be the broken draw Discord, right? The my Discord is not in the description yet because again I haven't set it up properly, right? So like there's still a few things. There's still a decent amount of things. I'm gonna slowly work through it. I already told Aman EGV Aman, right? EGV Aman. I already told him that you got to give me time and like literally who knows it could take a month or two. I don't know. I'm allowing it again, guys. We're in the beginnings of my channel, right? Nothing's been super established. This is we all know things 5, 10 years from now are going to be drastically different. It's just a fact, right? With my consistency, with how good my art's going to be getting, right, and with my retarded ass personality, it's a little inevitability, inevitability, right? As Porky the Pig once said. But I think this is good. I think this is decent. I'm just gonna think a lot more about what I could do with the rest of this, but this was a good fucking practice. Good, good practice. Really good practice. Like genuinely really good practice. So I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy. I'm actually like and not that I'm never not happy with my art, right? The only times that I'm ever not is when I have expectations. But my expectations were try and keep trying. And I did that. And I hope anybody listening now or in the future tried and it continues to try. That's all that fucking matters because you will figure it out. And I will figure this out. This is drawing one of, let's say, 500 in my life, right? With these a minimum of like these types of simple shapes types drawings. One of 500. This ain't bad. This ain't bad at all for one. So, yeah, with that being said, all my talking aside, with that being said, as always, fuck you. Oh, fuck, man. I hit the camera. Shit. As always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please, fuck this is like a heart, right? Please give me money. Fuck, I have to, God damn it, I have to move the goddamn